guys, and welcome back to another episode of Rebuilding Wimbledon. If we could get 400 likes on the video, if you're still enjoying the series, that would be bloody marvellous. Now, this month, it's the first episode I've recorded in like 6 days, which means that I've had a chance to look at what everybody said over that time, as well as stuff to do with what we should do with our striking options. Now, I've followed some of the instructions or advice that you guys gave, and we'll talk more about that in a sec, but I tell you what, I really think this has made a hell of a difference, and I think this could be a hell of a season for Wimbledon. That's all I'm going to say. Enjoy the highlights, and I'll see you guys in a sec for the Pauker game. He's got Stoyle coming across, he's gone round him, and he's scored. Inside 3 minutes, Eden Hazard tears our weakened defence apart, but it's the League Cup, and it's against Chelsea. We're not that bothered. Paslic, huge space now for Livingston. Bit too deep. Oh my god. What wonderful play from Chelsea. They've had 2 shots and they've scored both of them, and they thoroughly deserve the 2-0 lead as well. We've been woeful today so far, not good at all. Hazard steps up, scores the penalty. This is what woeful looks like. Thiago, Baltam, Carlos, goal, 3-1. We've got one back. We've actually looked really good since we made some changes, but it's a bit late for that now, unfortunately. Oh, look at the space for number 19. Somebody mark up Fisher. Oh, dearie me. Well, that's 4-1 Chelsea, and they deserved the win, believe me, but that was woeful defending, and nobody marked up Fisher. Well, there we go, 4-1 Chelsea, a thoroughly shocking performance, but it was a very rotated team in the end, and the red card did not help. Around the side for Eisler, can he turn? Gets the shot away, oh my goodness, lovely work. 4 minutes in, Philippe Eisler gives Wimbledon the lead, and we are off to a flyer this season, despite that ridiculous result, well not ridiculous, bad result in the cup. Tam, oh, slips it through, Fabio's in, and Fabio has scored. It is 2-0 to Wimbledon now, Fabio with the goal, and we've been pretty damn good today, I have to say, nicely done. Plenty of players back. Oh, Slavchev's in, and that's an easy goal for Blackburn. Really disappointed to concede Simeon Slavchev. What were you playing at, guys? That was just downright awful. Salvi again, all in behind for Fabio. Fabio's through again. Can he get the shot away? He can, and it is 3-1 to Wimbledon. 2 goals for Fabio. He is liking this new role, I have to say. Complete forward was not the way, but deep lying forward, my God, looks to be the way forward. There we go, Wimbledon 3, Blackburn 1. I am settled on the deep lying forward on support role. That's what's really starting to bring in the bacon. Well, there we go, 0-0. Far from a classic match, but it's another clean sheet, I guess, in Europe, and it's an away match with the rotated side, so we'll take it. Fabio scores. It's 1-0 to Wimbledon here at the Johnston's Paint Stadium? I just can't remember it. John Smith Stadium, that's the one. 1-0 to Wimbledon. Fabio with the goal. Oh, Ice's ghosted past his man. Ball across. Fabio's in there again! Huddersfield 0, Wimbledon 2. Fabio with both the goals. Eisler with the great assist, and it's 2-0 here. Brilliant stuff. Fabio, Eisler on the rebound. It's 3-0 to Wimbledon. We have been superb here in this away game. We're really racking up the goals with this new little change to the system. There we go, 3-0. Huddersfield really threw it at us towards the end, but I was kind of prepared for that, and we were dealing with it brilliantly, along with Gaffrascoli, who was superb. It's going to take them all on. Maybe a good cross here, whips it in. Fabio's in there, and it's 1-0 to Wimbledon. We lead Spurs after 7 minutes, and Fabio has his 9th goal in 8 matches. What a performance this season from him. In fact, no, Gomez in for Eisler. 2-0 to Wimbledon on 12 minutes. Philippe Eisler, wow. The deep line forward is the key to this system. Whips it in. Fabio's in again. It's 3-0 to Wimbledon. Fabio has 2. 10 for the season. Eisler is on fire today. What a performance. Acheval's been booked. Castelleco, Alderweireld, and it is 3-1. Little bit undeserved there, really. The ball just whipped in, goes all the way through, but it is 3-1. What's he thinking here? Long ball. Everton's in there, and it is 4. Wimbledon 4, Spurs 1. Everton off the bench. First appearance this year, I think. Scores 4-1. There we go, Wimbledon 4, Spurs 1. What are we on at the moment? Because I want some, my God. Right guys, we are back, and before I do anything else, you can take a look at the glory that beholds us right now, but before we do that, of course, let's do a question of the day. Today's question of the day is this. I'm thinking of starting a YouTube channel, but I'm worried about the hate and negative feedback I may get. Okay, so how do you deal with it? Okay, so basically, I don't personally think there's a lot of, like, hate comments in FM comment sections on YouTube, really. I've maybe received a handful over the past year and a bit, like genuinely like hateful stuff, like just outright hateful stuff, and it's just like you can kind of take that sort of stuff with a pinch of salt. That's really not that shouldn't bother you really, because it's just idiots, isn't it really? The things that can get on your nerves sometimes is really pedantic things that like not like nitpicking, because nitpicking sometimes can be very useful, particularly when it's tactical, but like really pedantic things, like if you say a guy's name, like for example like Hector Bellerin, right? I've never heard him pronounced any other way than Hector Bellerin. Now, I assumed that perhaps because he was Spanish, it might be Bellerin, perhaps. But then, when you've never heard anyone ever call a player Hector Bellerin, I didn't assume that that was how his name was pronounced. That's just all I'm going to say on that matter. So, yeah, I can start calling him Hector Bellerin, but my point is, if you're going to make a point about that sort of stuff, just be nice about it. It's really not that difficult, is it? You don't have to be like I'm trying to be offensive by pronouncing a player's name the way I've pronounced it. It's just one of those things, you know. I try my best to get pronunciations as right as I can most of the time. So it's things like that sometimes will go on. But the thing is, how you deal with it is you just have to brush it off. That's what you do. You just go, right, no, it doesn't matter. Like there's a difference between brushing off constructive criticism and brushing off hate. That is you have to be able to distinguish between the two, though. Anyway, moving on from that now. We're second in the league. It's bloody well happened. Well, we were doing quite well last time. I think we were second again, but we've kept it up. We've won every game, I think, since the opening day. 7 games in a row, won in the league. Now, we've had some easier matches in the league, but then we came up against Spurs, and I thought, right, this is going to be the end of that. Oh, no, we put in one of our best performances of the season against Spurs. Fabio has 10 goals in 8 matches. He's the top average rating player in the league. It's crazy. His performances this year, I've actually changed his role, and he shouldn't be scoring as many as he is, but now he's got even more better. So there's that. Now let's take a little look at the score before we get into today's game. Top goal scorer, of course, is Fabio with 10 and 9 overall. Eisler's got himself 4 goals this year, 4 assists as well. He was absolutely monstrous against Spurs. We could have had 7 or 8 against Spurs, and he would have been involved in all of them. It's the first game I've really seen in a long time where the left-hand side was so dominant in this team, and I think that's helped even things up a little bit when you see what I've changed with the tactics-wise. Assist-wise, Eisler tops that one out as well, but Everton is in theory back, although he may not play today because he's not fully fit yet, but he did score against Spurs coming off the bench. Fabio with 3 man of the match awards. Last 5 matches, it has been Fabio, but Eisler's up there as well. We've got 4 players that have averaged over 8. Baltam has been superb as well. So let's get into the match today. There's a couple of things I want to talk about. So yeah, basically, regarding the sort of, this is an interesting system entirely. So usually I would play a rotated team today, and that's exactly what I'm going to do for this one, because that's what I've been doing in all the games in the Europa League and League Cup, and everything else I've rotated the squad fully. So basically, except I'm going to make a couple of changes to it today just for this live comp. So what we've done is we've moved Fabio into a deep line forward on support, and we've shifted it so it's isometric, but you notice they're all now balanced out, so it goes that side, that side, that side, that side. I thought about doing it the other way around, but it just didn't fit right, really. I looked at what foot they were and all that kind of stuff. But for the first thing is, against Chelsea, for that first half and a bit, I had Fabio as a complete forward on attack, because people were, that was the most commonly suggested one, complete forward. So I tried it, we were woeful. Second half, we put Fabio as a deep line forward, and as you saw from the stats, maybe a little bit, we got a little bit better against Chelsea. We still weren't good enough, but we got a little bit better. Against Blackburn, I tried the first half again with Fabio as a complete forward. We scored once, but we weren't looking that good. Second half, changed him back, and suddenly we came to life. So I've decided that the deep line forward on support with the shadow striker there is the way to go, and I'm very, very pleased with it so far. Everything it's done has been absolutely outrageous. The other thing I have changed is I've decided to go for it. We've put Martin Gafrascoli on free kicks. He's level on free kicks with Aaron Cresswell anyway, who unfortunately has picked up an injury, as has Manquillo. So that's a problem for us. We have got slight issues at fullback at the moment, but we're doing okay, frankly. Only conceded 4 goals in 8 league games, so I think we're doing okay for now. But it's still a problem that we may need to look into. We still need to look for those guys in the summer, but that's a next year type of problem. So yeah, that's what we've done. Gafrascoli is on free kicks now. We're going to try and turn him into Rogerio Ceni. The opportunity was there. Now, I didn't notice how good his free kicks were until I actually watched the video back and noticed the 15 free kicks in the bottom corner. I didn't know goalkeepers could have free kicks as high as that. Now, someone told me before that, you know, you can get away with putting goalkeepers on free kicks because they'd done it for 20 seasons and never conceded a goal from it. So I've decided to go for it. Just why the hell not? Because if we can score some goals from a goalkeeper, that would be kind of cool, don't you think? So we're going to go with that anyway. So today's game, we're going to change some stuff around. So Farmer, for a start, isn't actually going to start. I'm going to bring him out. I'm going to bring Ramselaar in because... oh, no, that's not what I want to do at all. Because Farmer needs a rest, and my assistant keeps telling me that, so we're going to give him that rest today and give it a chance for some other players to come in. Now, the other change I want to make is I'm actually going to put Fabio there, and we're going to try out Mateus up top as the deep line forward, and just see if that... Oh, actually, we're going to put Gafrascoli in as well, because I want you guys to see what he's like when he takes free kicks. He's not scored one yet, or even looked that close to it, but I just thought it'd be kind of cool if we could put him in there. So when Baltam does play out on that left, he is an inside forward. That's the only difference to this tactic when Baltam does play there. I've decided to make that stick, because I just felt like... they're quite narrow, but they've got these wing backs, so we do have to be careful for those guys. I'm actually going to try and close these guys down straight away here, because usually I don't have it set to mark up wing backs usually. Oh wait, no, that's their central back. That's their centre back. We do not want that. Apologies for that, guys. We'll just do that, and yeah, so it's these ones that I want to have closed down a bit more, because I always forget to close down wing backs, and I really do need to change my default instructions so that we can actually close these guys down as well, because I sense that if they're going to get anything, it's going to have to come from those guys in the wide area. However, it does mean that there could potentially be space in behind for us to try and exploit, particularly on the right flank today. I'm thinking more probably going to have to look more down the right. But that's fine, because Salvi's there. Everton probably isn't fit enough for the bench, but that's fine. He'll work his way back into the team slowly. Now, the reason I'm playing Fabio as the shadow striker today is because it's a slight experiment for me. I want to see if he can continue playing just as well when he's dropped a little deeper. And he's got Mateus in front of him, who's decent, and might be in a more comfortable role for himself. It's interesting. It's just worth trying. We're at home. I want to try and exert a bit of force onto Pauk today. Ramselaar with a free kick for some reason, even though I've got Gavrascoli set to take free kicks, which is interesting. I honestly don't know why that's happened. He is set to take them, unless it's because it's, I don't know, weird. Mateus, a bit of space there, all the way through, maybe not quite. Castro, now out wide for Achabar, who's doing a fantastic job at filling in over the right back slot. Salvi's through, don't shoot, finds Mateus, and Mateus scores. Wimbledon have the lead against Pauk. We drew against Hearts 0-0. It was a woeful game. We had a very, very, very weak side out. We probably could have won it, but then again, they had some really good chances, because Hearts have got Jordan Rhodes up front for them, as well as a player from us that I'd forgot I'd sent out on loan, which is Salvatore de Girolamo. He played at left back for them in that game. But there you go. We got a point there, but we're doing okay here. We've yet to concede a single goal in the Europa League. We may have only scored once. Twice now, technically. Oh, it wasn't even an assist from Salvi, but Mateus gets his chance and he's taken it. I wouldn't mind at some point maybe moving to a Mateus up top, Fabio in behind type of system, because he's so good there. But we'll have to see how things go. Carlos has done okay for us this year playing as the shadow striker, but when you look at his ability for the role, I mean, his stats suggest he should be good at it apart from the finishing part, but like the actual role suitability diagram does not agree. It do no agree. But then again, it actually says that Shane Williams is quite bad at it too, even though he's got fantastic stats for that role. He's even got things like 11-12 finishing, which to me suggests a good shadow striker ability. But the one I'm really excited about potentially playing there is actually Kenneth van den Hooijvel, because the Dutch guy, he's gone out on loan to Bristol City for a bit now, but I just wanted to get him some football mainly. Now, Pauk look like they might have a bit of a counter-attacking threat about them, but they do look vulnerable in these sort of situations. Mateus finds Salvi. Oh, we've got to find Fabio now. Fabio, and it's 2-0 to Wimbledon. Fabio grabs himself his 11th of the season. Salvi today has been an absolute monster. And I think we might actually switch it already to go down this right. Look at that, lovely little ball from Mateus. Salvi has been superb. Dinked it up, perhaps overhit this slightly, but Fabio makes a goal out of that, and it's 2-0 to Wimbledon, and we are on fire lately. I'm thinking the deep line forward might be the key to this success of this tactic. Right, so interesting actually. We've not done a lot. But what I have noticed is that our best bits of play so far have come from that wing, so it stands to reason that we could probably get away with focusing our attention there, particularly in a game where Baltam is playing on the left side, which means that he's mainly going to try and run inside with the ball rather than cross. I've got him taking some throws, because he's actually not that bad at it. Fabio, ooh, not bad. Okay, mark up with that guy though. I do worry about, they're actually playing quite a lot of long balls, so we should be okay. Planic is back in the team today. Christian Bonny's getting some more game time as well lately. Fabio, don't know what that was. Oh my days, what a poor clearance. We could put a few past them here if we fancy it. Baltam, back out wide for Gomez. Baltam cutting inside. Will he get a cross away maybe? Surely not. Oh, pulls it back for Ramselaar, and it's in. That is a lovely piece of play from Baltam. It's not a cross, but it's a lovely... We've actually scored from 3 shots on target, and we're 3-0 up against Pauk. Again, apologies if it isn't Pauk, but I've heard a lot of people call them Pauk, so... And it's easier to say than PAO. Okay, lovely little ball from Baltam, just drops it across. Ramselaar on a rare appearance now, top corner. Bartman! That's what he used to do back in the day, but he's just been pushed down the pecking order a bit with Masek, and probably Baltam are actually in front of him, and even maybe Aristide Diallo probably come ahead of him in the pecking order as well. Milan are 2-1 down at home to Hearts. They're having a woeful time of it in this competition this season. Mateus, edge of the box for Diallo, or has he got a long ranger in him? Surely not. Goes back for Ramselaar. Mateus again, this is some lovely football again. Mateus, ball back for Diallo. So... It's like champagne football now. It's 4-0 after half an hour. Alessandro Salvi. These guys were top of the group coming into this match, remember? Look at that, Mateus back there. Diallo with the headed through ball in for Alessandro Salvi, who just taps it into the back of the net. Who needs Everton when Alessandro Salvi is an absolute monster? Can't wait to have Everton back, obviously. Wow, look at this. Bart Ramsdale's played an 8.8 today. Everything has gone through him today, it would seem. And 4-0 after half an hour. I think the only time we've even come close to that was that result against Southampton last year, which we won 6-2 in the end. We've really tapered off towards the end of the half, but I don't even care at this point. I'm going to tell them they've done well, because we cannot possibly be faulting them at this point. They've scored 4 times, they've not conceded. I'd like to keep a clean sheet now. That's the one thing I would like to see. They're a little bit vulnerable on the left. I mean, at this point, we've scored 4 times in the first half. I'm actually quite content to just leave it. Maybe sometimes You know, if it ain't broken, don't fix it. Let's just try and sit with this. If they start to change things in the second half, we can adjust accordingly. Maybe make some changes ourselves. Oh, Galfrescoli ball across. Comes in and Bonnie puts it in. I don't think that's going to go down as a Galfrescoli assist, but Christian Bonnie has scored his first ever Wimbledon goal. Goalkeeper might get some assists as well if he's taking free kicks. I've actually not seen him take an attacking, like a shot on goal free kick. I don't know if that is going to count as his assist, but Bonnie with the goal now. 5-0 here at New Plough Lane. This is going to be one of our biggest wins ever in this save if we carry on at this rate. Some solid performances. Interestingly, 5 different goal scorers as well, which is very nice to see. It's a real spread of attacking threats here. Actually, look at the space for Ramselaar again. Diallo on the edge of the box. Has he got a shot in him? Oh, slips it through for Fabio. That's offside. Yeah. Fabio surprisingly... Oh, no, he has scored, hasn't he? This is the sort of game where you'd expect him to be filling his boots, but he's just creating. I assume he's got an assist or two at one point, and he's got at least 1 assist today, hasn't he? No, he actually hasn't. That's interesting. Substitutions probably are going to be inbound very soon, but they'll be sort of probably even weaker players just to try and rest things up properly. Galfrescoli's only on a 6.9, but then what can you expect? He's not actually had to do anything. Every single outfield player is above an 8. That is saying something. So what we're going to do here, I'm going to bring on Biskup for Mateus to give him a run out. I'm also going to get in Shane Williams for Fabio to give him a rest. And I know that he's not really fit at all, but I just want to see if we can give him a little bit of match fitness in Roman Masek, just to give him a little run out here and see what he's capable of in the final sort of 20 minutes of this game. I know it's a risk, but I feel like he needs to get some match fitness back quickly, because we could definitely do with his bitey edge in games coming soon. Ooh, cleared away, but Williams will pick it up. I'm giving him a lot more time this year, Williams, but I still don't know if he's got what it takes. Williams, that's poor. Castro looks long, and there's a bit of space now potentially for Pau. Oh dear. We sometimes do get caught out with our high line. Hector's through, and again Galfrescoli to the rescue, but I can actually feel a bit more confident about playing the high line because of how good Galfrescoli is at dealing with those one-on-one situations. Like, genuinely, we've had quite a few of those this season, and he has dealt with almost every single one of them. It's mental. His one-on-one capability is phenomenal. Even if we only win this game 5-0 now, thanks to these changes, then that's fine. You know, we keep another clean sheet, we stay unbeaten in the Europa League, and we actually stay impenetrable in the Europa League too. It looks like Salvi's probably going to go down as man of the match, but Bonnie as well has been an absolute monster today. Masek's got through the game without picking up an injury as well. All is looking very good, and we needed to rest a few players because we've got Chelsea next at home. And I do feel that no matter what we do, we probably are going to lose that one. But look at this, 3 games played, 6 goals scored, none conceded. We are flying, and I think getting out of this group should be a piece of cake, and that is with playing a rotated side. That is a very pleasing thing to me. So it's Chelsea up next in the league, and the thing about Spurs is they actually aren't doing that well. I think they were 15th coming into that game against us, so you can kind of understand perhaps why they weren't so good, but still, you'd expect them to play like Spurs. I'm thinking next game, that's basically a month away. Actually, that's 5 matches. That is 5 games. I'm tempted to do City, because we've got Chelsea, Liverpool, PAOK away, and Manchester City. I'm tempted to do City, because that is quite a long time away, and it's another 5 matches, and I do have a lot of stuff to do. Let's see. I'm trying to break it down fairly. So, actually, no. We are gonna do... Yeah, we'll do the Aston Villa game. Screw it, we'll do it. Because I want to do the Hearts game as the final live com in the Europa League group stage, because I thought you guys would like to see the Hearts game. So, if you have enjoyed this episode, and I really hope you have, please do drop a like on the video. That'd be superb. And if you'd like to even more than that, and you haven't already, please do hit that big old subscribe button. And yeah, I will join you guys in the next episode for a home game against the resurgent Aston Villa. But we've got some incredibly difficult games coming up against Chelsea, City, and Liverpool. If we take even 3 points, if we win at only one of those matches, I will be incredibly happy. But I would settle for 1 point from those. I genuinely would, because we're so far clear at the moment. I feel like we could probably get away with just the 1 point if we do. I don't really want to lose all 3. Anyway, I'll see you guys soon. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.